In the summer of 2010, the restoration of Redwood Creek was occurring in and around its lower floodplain, near its mouth at Muir Beach. But the story of the creek starts high above on the shoulders of Mount Tamalpais. Although the creek is only 6 or 7 miles long, it flows through an extraordinarily diverse landscape, down the heart of a magnificent protected watershed Mia Monroe knows very well. She's been the site supervisor at Muir Woods National Monument for many years.
Well, the Redwood Creek watershed is about 10 square miles on the southwest flanks of Mount Tamalpais. And we think that the springs are up at Rock Springs, and the water begins cascading down the slopes very steeply until it hits the flats at Muir Woods and begins depositing the alluvial soils that now foster the redwood forest of Muir Woods. The redwoods of Muir Woods are 280 feet tall. They're the California coast redwood, the tallest trees on earth. The canyon, Redwood Canyon, is very narrow, so you really have a sense of being nestled in among these very, very tall trees, with Redwood Creek running at the bottom of this narrow canyon. And it's cool, it's moist, it's dark. The sounds of nature are just always around you, whether it's the wind in the trees, the dropping of redwood seeds, or the roar of the creek in the winter. And then as you leave the forest, you get more into the scrub and the oak woodland and the grassland. You start opening up and seeing the broader landscape. And this is, of course, home to great horned owl and deer, the occasional bobcat. You can hear the coyote singing at night. An abundance of bird life just thrive in this kind of habitat. And then comes down to Muir Beach, where it meets the ocean and connects out to the salt water.
From its source to the sea, Redwood Creek flows through a mosaic of protected lands: the Marin Municipal Water District, Mount Tamalpais State Park, and the Golden Gate National Recreation Area, all working together to care for the entire watershed and all the creatures that depend on it.
So there's this opportunity through public land protection to really help it realize again its full potential, because one thing that was really, really important to me was recognizing that the true boundaries were the watershed, and that if you really cared about salmon, you had to think like a salmon flowing from the ocean through Muir Beach, up Redwood Creek, and you had to think of it as a system, not a bunch of political boundaries.
For countless centuries, long before there were any political boundaries, salmon returned every year to this small but rich ecosystem. The restoration being done is designed to make sure they'll be able to keep coming back to this creek and this watershed for centuries to come, and that all of us will be able to witness the spectacle and benefit from nature on the mend.